This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Hello and welcome to Light to Record, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
I'm Leah.
Leah!
That's my sister's name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. So you're basically Drew's sister now.
Basically, you're my sister now.
Oh, that's cool.
Congratulations.
Everyone named Leah is my sister.
You're part of the family.
Welcome to the Current family.
There you go.
Yeah.
Leah, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Question for you. You know, you're a little bit younger than me, like a couple months.
Just by a couple months.
Just a couple months. And, you know, being a younger person and, like, not, like, really, like, Lifetime's around, but not necessarily geared towards us. Mm-hmm. Do you, like, watch a lot of Lifetime or, like, have you come across it in the past?
I mean, outside of the box office, not a whole ton.
Right.
I think my parents were never big movie people in the first place, and as a result, I have not watched many. So
they weren't big movie people?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, you didn't go to the movies?
No movies.
No.
Okay.
Did you see Willy Wonka?
Yeah, I guess I saw like some of the traditional kids movies that were like A-OK, G for General, everyone could go see it. But
Willy Wonka's
outside
scary.
of that, like
Willy Wonka, that's
scary.
questionable whether that would
That's
be
true.
G.
I
think
that's PG.
That's PG.
PG.
That needs some kind of parental guidance.
What's happening here? Why is that kid falling in chocolate and drowning? Why?
Why is that? Why is that little girl turning into a blueberry?
I don't like
Why?
this. I don't like
Why
this.
the one
I'm-
Why is
fall
there an
into a
acid
trash
trip
pit?
scene all of a sudden?
Don't like that. Okay, so not really a huge Lifetime, but you get
I
it.
get the
You
gist,
get
yeah.
it.
You get it.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Well, good, because we're here to talk about a crazy movie today. But before we jump into the movie, we have business at the top.
Business.
So I'm glad that you are wearing your business attire, Leah. You look very nice. I love this pantsuit
Very
that
nice
you're
pantsuit.
wearing.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
it's very
super
good.
fancy.
very fancy. So, you know, everyone, the business is like basically like write a review for us on Apple Podcasts and like, you know, like leave a little 5-star emoji review.
Yeah, just help us out a little bit.
Yeah, tell a friend
It's
that
real
the podcast
easy.
is around.
It's real easy to do. It's a fun podcast. Just tell people about it.
Yeah, we really want to like ramp up to this holiday season coming up and like get like all the ratings.
Because we need that money for Christmas presents.
That's right. Christmas presents aren't free unless you like
Unless
give
you
like
steal 'em.
love and hugs.
Or I guess unless you get Christmas presents.
Right.
But not everyone does.
No.
I definitely just listened to the episode from January where you were talking about the 1-star review and just ranting.
Oh, you know that one hurt. That one hurt.
That one hurt. It hurt a little
You
bit.
could get like 1,000 5-star reviews, and
We're
that
like, what?
one review, you're like, You're like, oh,
Ouch. Dude.
okay, so I brought a review today for Leah to read because I'm illiterate, and Leah can read, so that's amazing. So Leah will read the review, and we'll just talk about and we'll just be like, thank you for that review.
Yeah.
And then you can write a review, and we'll thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should I say who the review's from?
Sure.
It's by a proper, which is
A prober?
no, like proper, but like A in front of it.
Okay.
And then it says, my friend shared this podcast with me, and my God, how have I not found this sooner? Wonderful banter, fantastic attitudes, and creative criticism on Lifetime movies and the genres. Looking forward to diving in even further.
Yeah.
Dive on into that pool.
Dive into that shit.
There's many episodes from January where we talk about a 1-star review. From September when we talk about, I don't know
what we talk.
being trapped in a pool.
Yeah, being trapped in a pool or something.
That one was good. Yeah.
Lots of murder and lots of Christmas. There's
It's
a lot
either-
of Christmas and murder.
It's
going
either
on.
murder or Christmas, but never together.
Never together, ever.
Never, ever.
You never do that together.
No, Lifetime would
You're giving
never.
Lifetime ideas right now.
If Lifetime did a Christmas
listening.
murder,
Oh,
I would
Actually,
just die.
I would
It
probably.
would be amazing.
I would have to ask you permission to actually watch that one.
Yeah, that one we would watch together.
'Cause
We would
I-
like live stream it.
Because I love Christmas and I love murder.
There you go. Well, if you love murder, you're going to love this movie, Drew, because
Yeah.
the movie today we're talking about is Killer Vacation. I know.
Yeah.
Not like, brah, Killer Vacation, man.
Killer Vacation, dude.
Dude, yeah.
That was killer.
That was totally tubular killer.
Tubular. Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah,
You
tubular.
know what? Message us if that's a thing or not still, because I don't know.
Tubular. Well, Leah would know. She's young like me.
Oh, right.
Is
Yeah.
tubular a thing?
I think it's like a California thing, like a surfer thing.
See,
Tubular.
Still
man.
known.
Oh, because
Still
of
known.
the tube. Oh, yeah, because of the tube that you get into in the wave.
Yeah.
So it's tubular.
Absolutely. All right. Killer Vacation is a 2018 Lifetime movie. It's on the Lifetime movie app, which we are not being sponsored to talk about. But if you would like to watch this movie, it's on there.
Yeah.
And that's great because
not
you can watch
sponsoring us.
Lifetime movies of past, present, and future.
They're not sponsoring us. They should.
They should.
They fucking should.
And we will let them. But yes, the movie stars Alexa Havings, Jacob Young from Young and the Restless, and Avery Clyde. Yes, Jacob Young is like recognizable. He's like
Yeah.
hunky soap guy.
Young and the Restless. That was my mom's jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right after it's on right after Wheel
Days?
of no, not
Oh.
Wheel of Fortune. Price is Right.
Gotcha.
Price is Right. Then boom, for like
For
30
your
years.
whole life, yes. So, well, there you go. It's probably canceled now. Anyways, he's doing Lifetime now, and he's probably great. I
Yeah.
mean, he's hunky. I'll give him that. I'll give him
He's
that.
a hunky man.
Okay, so jumping into the movie, we start off very vacation-y, right? There's a woman. She's on a terrace.
Bob
She's-
Marley's playing. Boom.
Exactly. Yes, yes. She has a glass of champagne. She's living life, and she's just like, She pours a toast, and she turns around. She's like, husband, I'm so happy. We're on a vacation, and it is killer. You know?
Husband, this is killer.
This is the killer vacation. And he puts on a black glove, and he's like, you're right. And he pushes her over the edge of the balcony. And she dies.
That's it?
Oh, wait. Her body falls onto, like, a yoga class. They're, like, in downward dog. And, like, the body just falls. And we see the teacher, and he's like, child's pose.
Keep breathing. Keep your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes
Let's
closed.
do some ohms for a minute.
Everyone keep your eyes
While
closed.
I,
While
I get on my phone and I call the
Beep, boop, bop,
police.
boop, beep, boop, beep.
Yeah, basically.
Still doesn't want to ruin the fucking
No.
class.
And then we get the title card. It's like Killer Vacation. You know?
Well, you know what? Thank you.
Right?
For just like right out of the gate.
Right.
Just give me that.
At this point, Leah, since you weren't familiar with Lifetime movies, really, were you like, what the hell? Or were you like, okay, I get it?
I think we were testing around for Lifetime movies at that
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
And I saw the thing like tossed over, and we watched the trailer where she was like pregnant at one point.
Yes.
Spoiler, sorry. And I was
yeah,
like,
I forgot.
this is going to be a baby snatcher movie. And
Yes.
I was very excited. So,
Right.
Oh, so
We'll
you
get
thought
there,
it
we'll
was
get-
you thought it was
We
that.
were
Thought it was a
expecting
little
Baby
different.
Snatcher.
but I was still about it.
Yeah, totally. So we flash to Lindsay. She's our protagonist. She's a team player, okay? She works at this job.
Great.
We don't get any specification as to what the job is.
Business. It's business job.
She basically is wearing like a little a pantsuit, actually, very much like Leah had on earlier in our business section.
Uh-huh.
And she's like working on numbers. She does numbers. She's sassy.
business numbers.
You know, she's got bangs.
Business bank.
Yes. And she has like a POC friend who's like just there to be like, you go, girl. And you're like, oh, God, this is problematic. But, you know, they drink wine on the weekends and they have fun. And Lindsay is very secretive. She's like, she has a man, but she's not telling the best friend about the man.
Okay.
And the best friend's like, when am I going to meet him? And she's like, I don't know when. I don't know when you're going to meet him. And she's like, well, bring him over to my house. I'm having a little kickback or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay's like, no, I'm going to pass. I have a date with my boyfriend who's secret. He's a secret because he is married.
Woman. Oh.
He's married. Not a woman.
Okay.
Not a woman.
He
That would not
is-
probably happen in a Lifetime movie.
He
No.
is. It's a secret because he is a magician.
Sure.
No.
Maybe.
Do not-
But no, he's
do not
married
show the-
and he's a coworker of Lindsay and her friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he's married to the boss's daughter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it wasn't bad enough that she's dating a married man, he's also the boss's daughter's
That is
son-in-law.
That's a spicy meatball.
Right?
That is a spicy
You're like,
meatball right there.
Oh, God, Lindsay, what are you doing?
Lindsay, God.
And she's like, I don't want to be the other woman.
But is the
But
entire
she
time.
is the entire movie.
No one wants to be the other woman, but
and I'm
like,
what are you doing? He tells her that he's separated from his wife, blah, blah, blah. He's like making up all these excuses, and she's like, okay, I'm going to believe it. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well.
I brought a clip of them talking in the office, okay? Just to see, so you can see the lines he's feeding her, and then her just kind of being like, I accept everything you say as
Right.
truth.
Okay, cool.
My issue with this is the beginning of the movie, and this makes this character totally not likable in any way. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's not like she doesn't know what she's getting into. It's not like, I mean, it is literally the boss's daughter and a coworker. And she's like, he said he was going to leave her. And that's her validation for everything. You know?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, he said he was going to get a divorce, or he said they're separated, but they're like not. You know?
Good
It's
enough
like
for me.
Exactly how my aunt is with her ex sugar daddy
Right?
the entire time.
See, but but at least that's a sugar daddy situation. Lindsay's not even getting any
Wow, this
presents.
is some real shit here.
Yeah.
Okay, Leah. Yeah. This is
She's bringing it.
very
you know,
spicy. I like
You might not
it.
watch Lifetime movies, but it sounds like your life is a
Is a
Lifetime
Lifetime
movie.
a little bit.
All right, let's
Or
play
at
the
least your
clip.
aunt's is.
Yeah, your aunt is Lindsay.
Yours is normal. Yours is a college movie.
Right. All right, here we go.
I'm crazy about you. You know that? What would I ever do without you?
Did you meet with the lawyers?
I did.
So the divorce is going through?
Not just yet.
Look, I know we've only been dating for a few months, but I need to know where we stand when we can be open about our relationship. Otherwise, I start to look like the other woman, which I would never be.
I know. You're right. You shouldn't even have to ask.
So then what's the answer?
It's tough. My marriage is over. But
Okay, you get the idea.
It's tough.
Right? She's like, well, when are you going to be divorced? And it's like, well, I'm not.
I'm not.
You know?
I'm not gonna it's hard. So okay,
Right?
you have to. Yeah.
And like,
Squirming.
I'm sorry, no
Squirming.
woman who's like, well, I'm not a woman, but I feel like if a woman was in that situation, you'd really have to convince yourself that he is going to be doing this. But but even just the way he's talking, it seems like it's obviously never going to happen. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Right?
No. You're not wrong.
It's crazy.
No.
Like,
It's just
Yeah.
it just has that like that hopeful.
it's the
I can see it happening.
Well, because we had the hopeful
Like,
music underneath and everything like that. Yes. So it's this whole thing with like, that's the premise of the movie. Basically, anytime Lindsay is like, what's going on? He'll be like, blank, blank, blank. I love you though. And she's like, okay, fine.
Oh, that's enough.
You know, that happens probably like 20 times in this movie. So get ready. So they have a little talk and Lindsay rushes out. She she literally runs out of his office, goes to the bathroom, throws up, looks at herself in the mirror, and is like, fuck, I'm pregnant.
She throws up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how we know people are pregnant in movies. They throw. You didn't watch movies, Leah, when you were growing up,
Yeah.
but this is a thing that
That's
happens
a
in
rule.
movies.
It's a rule. If a woman throws up for no reason,
ever.
she pregnant.
If she throws up and it's
pregnant.
light outside, she pregnant.
Yep.
If she throws up at night, she probably just ate bad sushi.
Bad sushi or got drunk.
Yeah. Yes. So in case you missed it, though, she takes out her phone and checks her like period calendar, and she's like, "I'm late."
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
just in case.
Just to really.
Hammer, no.
Yeah.
Then she's like walking around the office, like holding her belly for like the next like 5 scenes.
Because that's what
That's what
what you
pregnant
do
people
when you get pregnant. You just hold your belly just so it doesn't fall out.
Right. So she goes to, yes. Oh boy.
I made Leah lose her. Lose her.
All right. We're back. So she gets a pregnancy test. She finds out she's pregnant. While she's doing this, she's being like camera paparazzi. Like we see like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
She's getting paparazzi'd.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little stalkery, little.
Something.
How did you not notice this yet?
Right. You would notice someone taking your picture while you're literally buying a pregnancy test at Walmart.
Not like,
Yeah.
so not like wait. So there's like paparazzi around, or is it like
It's just like someone watching her, like taking pictures of her.
Oh, like secretly. So it's like
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So
I had to get the right sound effect.
there you go. She finally breaks the news to Jake, who's the guy. I don't think we said his name yet. And he is like, go to the doctor. Don't trust a pregnancy test. They're only 99% accurate.
No, they're not. They're accurate. Like they're accurate.
Well, he's holding out for that 1%, Drew.
Ooh.
And she's like, okay, well, I am pregnant, so are you going to put a ring on this? Or, like, what's going on? And he's like, well, I'm married, so I can't put a ring on it.
But I can't put like another ring.
You
on
know,
another thing.
I'm already married, so.
I already have a ring on. A thing.
Touche. But basically, he like feels bad that he told her to like go to the doctor.
I put that dialogue in my notes just because it was terrible. And it's just him going, I'm not a jerk and I want to put a ring on your finger. And she was like, that's an odd choice considering you're already married. So,
Dang.
yeah, it was
And
the only clapback in this movie that made her likable.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you knew that to begin with.
Well, and that's just you're just adding. I don't know. That's just
Yeah. But
reminding the audience.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah, in case we
Unnecessarily.
forgot.
Yeah.
But he basically comes over to her apartment later, which is actually like a hotel room. So
Okay.
like she it's her apartment, but the producers didn't have a budget, so they just went to a hotel room. And he's like, I'm sorry, I want to do the right thing. I want to help have this child. I'm going out of town for a conference, and I think you should come with me. It's in the desert in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Perfect for, a pregnant
Perfect.
person, and it'll be called a baby moon instead of a honeymoon. And she's like, that's not a thing.
But okay.
And he's like, come on, just do it. And she's like, fine, I love you.
It's called
She tells him that she
baby
loves him
moon.
for the baby moon. She's very touched. So we get a bunch of scenic shots now of like a desert. It's like a cactus, like a tumbleweed coming.
Cactus, nothing, not a road,
Right.
nothing.
And then the photographer, the creepy photographer person is there, like taking pictures of a cactus, taking a picture of a tumbleweed. You know what I mean? But basically, they're at this resort, and Lindsay and Jake have adjoining rooms because they don't want to get caught.
Okay.
So they have adjoining rooms. She's not at the conference for work. She's just there.
Yeah.
So anybody who like is a colleague of Jake would notice that she's there.
Yeah.
Be like, what are you doing here, Lindsay? You work in finance.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
You work in money business. What are you doing?
yes. But they're like, things are going to go great. We're going to have a room. We're going to like have a secret sexy time. But they don't because Gwen, the wife, also shows up.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We should mention that Lindsay's blonde and Gwen is brunette.
Oh, no.
Okay. So we know who the
Automatic
bad guy
rivals.
is. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And Gwen books the honeymoon suite. She's like planning, plotting. Turns out she hired this photographer to follow Lindsay around.
Yeah, that's what I... Okay.
You know? So he's like a
gonna guess
PI type of thing. And she needs proof that he's cheating so they can null the prenup and she can get all the money. Or he doesn't get the money because he's trying to get her money.
Okay.
She's rich
Oh, okay.
because her dad's the boss.
Right.
Yeah.
And he just works at the place. So Jake, like, oh, actually, Gwen talks to this photographer guy, and she's like, "You need to up your game. Like, you don't have any solid evidence. Like, you have a pregnancy test. Who cares? Like, maybe she takes pregnancy test for fun. Like, that's. I need them kissing. I need something going on to like really shut this down." And he's like, "Okay, like." I will go follow them around town. So he goes, follows Lindsay, like she's coming out of her room, and he like takes a picture of her, like as she's like leaving her room, and she's like, "Who are you? Why are you taking my picture?" And he's like, "Gotta go."
That's a very bad...
Yeah. And then they're at like a cafe, and Jake like goes to the bathroom, and the photographer comes up and like takes a picture of her, and he's like, "Oh, hi, I'm taking your picture." And she's like, "You're the guy from before. Why are you taking my picture?" And he's like, "Hey, have you ever heard of Gwen? Gwen?" And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then Jake comes up, and they know each other, the photographer and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, Gwen told me to say hi." So Jake's like, something's going on.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't even. Basically, it's just like setting up that the photographer is like bad as his job.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
bad.
Very
and,
bad PI.
And B, like now Jake knows that Gwen's around, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So something will happen with that, I guess.
Of course.
Right? So
It'll probably end up in a very bad yoga class.
right. Yoga
very
does come into play.
Horrible
does.
yoga
It
class.
really does. So we have Lindsay and Jake that go on a hike because he like wants to show her around. And
The desert.
the desert.
We're going to go hike in the desert.
He like gets to the top of a cliff and he's like, "Dang, I don't have service up here. What the hell? I have a meeting. I gotta go back down. I'll leave you here and I'll come back to get you."
What?
Yeah.
Well, the whole premise is that he's like, "I've been here every year for the past blah, blah, blah years. Like, of course it's safe. I'll find you." Like, as though he knows the entire mountaintop of this desert.
But like... why-
Why wouldn't you just
Yeah.
go back?
It was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just go back with you. I have to go back anyway
Well,
because I
she's
can't live on this
tired
mountain
'cause
for the
she's
rest of my life.
pregnant and she needs to rest, and he really has to do this meeting. You know.
Oh, okay.
So he leaves her on the
Alright.
cliff, and then of course, right as he leaves, she like slips on some rocks, falls down the cliff, like tumbles over, and like is hanging on for her dear life, and she's like, "Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me!"
And it becomes a comedy.
Right? And she's like climbing up.
Whoa, whoa, ooh, oh.
And then, yes,
And into a cactus like, oh no.
right? This lesbian park ranger comes. She's not really a lesbian. She just kind of looked like a lesbian in my mind.
Totally a lesbian.
And she like throws over a rope. She's like, "Grab on, bitch. You pregnant, bitch."
You pregnant bitch, grab the rope.
And Lindsay grabs on. She pulls her up. And then the park ranger, it's like one of those like scary movies at the end where they're like, "No one's lived here for 10 years. And you've been in the hotel and all the guests weren't real." She's like, "This trail's been closed for years. What are you doing on this trail?
Oh,
it's
okay.
dangerous. Who took you up here?"
The guy. Oh, and he's not even real.
He's not real. He's a ghost.
It's a ghost. I love it.
Yeah, no. He's like,
No, he's real.
He comes back and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, lesbian park ranger, how you doing?" And he's like, "I'm sorry, Lindsay. I didn't mean to take you up on this closed trail." And she's like, "Well, you did. Did you not see like the sign that said 'Do not enter' and like this trail's closed?"
But also,
And
how didn't she see
Yeah,
it?
Exactly.
He's like, yeah,
he's
you
like,
did.
You
saw
stepped
it
over
too."
the thing and you didn't see it. But he basically like negs her, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to do a nice thing for a woman I love. So can you just appreciate me doing nice things for you?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I guess that was a nice hike until I fell and almost died
Fucking
and lost my baby, our baby, our son,
our son.
our son, my baby, my baby."
That's what she yells when she's
Yeah,
falling.
she's like, "My baby,
Ow, my baby. Ow. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ow, a cactus.
Speaking of,
She has cactus.
Yeah.
So the next thing, it's comedy now.
it's great.
Because
It's great.
she has like cactus pines in her butt. She's like, ow, doing, ow, doing, ow.
As they're coming back from the hike, Gwen is, of course, in the lounge, and she's, like, looking fabulous. And she's like, "Oh, hey, Lindsay, you look like shit. What happened to you? And why are you here with my husband?" And Jake's like, "Oh, she's in the conference. Don't worry about it." And Gwen's like, "Well, I have a honeymoon suite, and we're going to, like, go upstairs and, like, go on a date. And bye, Lindsay." And Lindsay's just like, you know? And she goes to the concierge, and she's like, "I need to book a flight out of here as soon as possible." And the concierge is like, "Oh, we don't have anything till tomorrow night. Sorry, you're going to spend the night here." And she's like, "Oh, no." And she's crying in her room.
I want another opinion.
And he's like, "You know what you could do while you're waiting for your flight tomorrow?"
Get on your fucking phone and book your own flight like a normal person.
He says, "Go to yoga, de-stress." Yep. So she goes to yoga. It's the same instructor from before, the one that was calling 911 while the body was like on the ground. Everyone's in downward dog. No one notices.
Everyone stay in your position.
He's cute. Not the best actor. Totally gay. Totally gay.
Yeah, they probably got a real yoga instructor.
Right. He looked like,
Like, you're a yoga instructor.
You're like,
It
"You're
was
right."
probably like one of the dudes who like was a grip.
Yeah.
Like, you're a yoga instructor. Hey, you're a yoga instructor.
You look great.
Get in there.
So in yoga, she's like crying and holding her belly, you know?
Yeah.
So
To keep it all in.
Right.
To keep it all
no
in there.
bodies fall into this class, you know? So that's good. It's like going well. But later at the bar, Lindsay's like sitting at the bar, and she's like watching Jake and Gwen have their fancy dinner, and she's really sad. And the yoga instructor comes up. He's like, "I'm Kirk. I just want to introduce myself to you. And like, you look really sad, and you have no friends." And she's like, "I don't have friends. I'm all alone." And he's like, "Well, something funny happened." I don't know if he says this now, but I'm just going to say this now. He's like, 2 years ago, I saw a woman look just like you. And she looked really sad in my class. And the next day, she killed herself and jumped over the ledge and landed on my class. And I promised myself I would never see a sad lady and leave her sitting alone. So I always go up and say hi. And Lindsay's like, "Cool story, brah.
She's like, okay.
I'm going to go to my room now." You know?
Yeah. He's like, it really, fucked me up a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, the body landed right next to me. So I got
whatever.
some blood on me.
Totally fine.
I
Totally
got blood
fine.
spatter right on me. And I also realized that 3 inches to the left and I would have been crushed by a falling body. So anyway, namaste, and I'll go to the room.
Right. So she
Namaste.
goes to her room. Jake's like texting her like crazy, like, "I'm sorry, like I don't like Gwen, like whatever, like I want to be with you." And she's like, "You're a liar. I'm not going to be a homewrecker. Don't put me in this position."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Look, I have these divorce papers. I'm going to get her to sign them." And she's like, "Oh, well, you have the divorce papers, I guess." He gets on his knees. He like begs her. He's like, "Marry me." And yeah, she's like, "Okay, well, I guess you can sleep in my bed." And then, whatever. She wakes up the next day and he's totally gone. She's like, "What did I do again? He tricked me again."
Mm-hmm.
She calls her best friend, and the best friend's like, "You need to like leave."
Yeah,
like,
you need to go.
And she's like, "You're sleeping with Jake, the coworker? That's not good. Who said you could do this?"
Mm-hmm.
The best friend is like, "I'm really disappointed in you,
Yeah.
and I think you're terrible, and you're a terrible person, but you should just come home and like drink wine with me, and I'll just tell you how much you suck." you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lindsay's
like a good
sounds
friend
great.
would.
Sounds great.
A good friend
I'm
would do
into it. So she goes to the pool because she's like still killing time. And she sees Gwen and the photographer talking. She's like, uh-oh, something's going on here. So she takes her book. It's like Pregnancy for Dummies or something.
Pregnancy for single women,
It's like
something like that.
Pregnancy for dum-dums.
Something like real on the nose. And
Pregnancy for stupid idiots.
yes, she's standing like around the corner and she hears Gwen and the photographer talking. And he's like, I'm going to take care of Lindsay. I'm going to kill her and she'll be dead. And then she makes a noise, or her phone goes off or something.
Yeah, her phone dings, and it's the boss baby dude, Jake,
Yeah.
the coworker.
And he's like, or the photographer's like, what? And he chases Lindsay all around the resort, like for like a really long time, like a crazy long chase scene. Basically, where she runs into a security officer who does not care about her at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you shouldn't be in here, and kicks her out.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Okay.
So since no one's gonna help her, and she like knows she's getting killed, she calls Jake and she's like, "Dude, like, I think people are trying to kill me." He's like, "That's not true. Gwen would never do that." So they go. He's like, "Meet me at the cafe. Meet me at the cafe that we were at before." And she goes to the cafe, and he doesn't show up. But who shows up? The yoga instructor is there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, you know, they're like bonding or whatever, and he's like, let me just take you back to the hotel, like you're having a tough time. And he's like, I'll give you a ride in my car, whatever. And I'm like, he's gonna kill her, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna kill her.
That's what I would think.
But no, on the way back to the car, they almost get run over.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, it doesn't even matter. It's they just like step into traffic and almost get run over. And Kirk literally like clutches his pearls and he's like, the car, oh my god, like for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like
scene filler kind of amount of time.
Yes, his face just shocked, and that's it. Nothing happens after that scene. That's just it. You know, it's like what?
What the?
Yes. And then we cut to the photographer guy getting killed in the garage. Okay.
Just getting killed in the garage.
He just gets killed in the garage, and then there's just like blood all over the place, right?
Yeah.
It's so random, and it's right after that, like the almost car accident scene. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Why would they? Yeah.
What are we doing? They're just trying to like wrap it up at this point.
Yeah.
I think they're like, oh, we have too many characters, and we don't know what we're doing.
Just kill someone.
Just kill someone, and that'll be ominous. So
Murdered.
Lindsay's like packing up her stuff, and there's a knock at the door, and it's Gwen, and you're like, okay, here's the big reveal. Gwen is like the baddie bad, and she's like, because she's like enraged. She's like, you're cheating on me. She like tears out like the pages of her book and everything, and Lindsay's like freaked out. She like locks herself in the bathroom. She's like, get out of here! Don't hurt me! And Gwen's like, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to talk. I hired a photographer to follow you around because my husband's cheated on me many times. And like, I just need to prove it this time. So like, you know,
She's like, I'm fine with it. I understand it. I get it now.
Yeah.
I just need to prove it so he doesn't take any of my money.
yes. And she like slides some photos under the door. She's like, here's another girl that he did this with. And guess what? I think he killed her and pushed her off the ledge into the yoga class. She didn't commit suicide. And Lindsay's like looking at the thing. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Gwen's like, be careful, girl. And then leaves.
Just be careful, okay?
Yeah. So Lindsay calls her best friend again. She's like, okay, quick update. You know how you said I was a terrible person and I'm just the worst. Well, I might also be like dead soon. So can you hack into Jake's computer at work since we work at the same place and like pull up some messages on his account so then I can see if it's true that he killed this girl or not.
Yeah. Okay.
And the best friend's like looking up things and she's like, oh my God, you're in the desert, right? And Linda's like, yes. She's like, oh, were you taking a yoga class? She's like, yes. It's the same exact thing that he did to this other girl. He took her to the desert for a baby moon, and she's like, a baby moon? Wait, did you say a baby moon? I never heard of that until he said it. It's him. He killed her. And
Yeah.
the friend's like, oh, wait. I've checked his search history, which include dangerous desert hiking trails. She's like, you're in trouble. You need to get out of there. And Lindsay's like, oh my God, I was on a hike and it was dangerous.
You give it to a cop and they're like, yeah, I don't know.
It
about
doesn't
that,
hold
though."
up in court.
Yeah, I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
hold up. But basically, Jake like busts in. He's like, oh, this is where it gets like very confusing as to time and space, and it doesn't matter. Like
Okay.
Lindsay's trying to leave in an elevator. He grabs her, and like there's a struggle. He holds her at knife point.
Jesus.
Yeah, and she's like going down to the lobby. They're in the lobby, and then the doors open, and the yoga instructor's there, and he sees them, and he's like, wait, this looks strange. And the doors close, and they go upstairs, and then he's like, security, we have to go find them. And the security guy's like, I'm going to take the elevator. And the yoga instructor's like, I'm fit, I'll take the stairs.
Hell yeah.
They run up.
Yeah, yoga guy.
But Lindsay and Jake are like having a knife fight, basically, like, you know, just like
Yeah.
going at it. And she's on the balcony again, the same balcony that was at the beginning of the movie. And she's like standing there and she's like, don't do this. Why are you doing this? And he's like, I don't have a character justification for this. And he just charges at her and she sidesteps, and then he flips over the edge of the thing, falls into a yoga class, and you know.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then Kirk comes and the security guard comes and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. She's like, me neither.
No. Yeah, no. Me neither.
We flash
I
to
should've,
a baby
but I-
shower. Lindsay is very pregnant, and her friend Andrea, I wrote the name at the end because they finally said it. She's like, oh, good job on that great promotion, girl. Since, you know, had all the trouble, they couldn't fire you for sexual harassment reasons or whatever. And she's like, oh, I got this present from Kirk, the yoga instructor. Here you go. And Lindsay opens it up, and it's a picture of a sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And that's it.
There's a sunset for you.
Yeah, very serene yoga instructor-y thing to do.
Namaste, man. Namaste.
Namaste. And that is the movie.
That's it.
I mean, for
All right.
real.
Okay.
Yeah. I had like no notes about the production or anything like that. It was just like, okay.
That's it.
That's
the
it.
movie. Yeah.
Very much
Okay.
like your typical Lifetime movie.
Right.
Except with a character in the center who you're just like, huh? What?
That's where it's.
Just things
That's
happen
where
to
it's
her.
like I think where the writers. I don't know, or I don't know where that comes. Like if it's in the writer area, or if it's like they just like they meant for that character to be a bit more than what it was, or would
Right.
they, you know what I mean? Like, or just I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what. So why put that dude in there? Why put that yoga guy? Like,
Right,
who-
because I'm like, oh, they're gonna get together, and then they didn't, and I was like, this is weird. Like,
Yeah.
what was the point of that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Very weird.
So Leah, on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. What are you gonna do to this movie?
I'm gonna put a cork in it. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
I had drama with no background, which is very Lifetimey,
Yeah.
but also just so many random characters with no backstory. Like, not a single one had detail, and so just gotta put a cork in it, forget about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you have it. Drew, how about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a cork in it because this felt like it got out of their hands. Like, I felt like they just felt like they started making it and they're like, fuck, do the just add the thing. Hey, man, you look good. You're the yoga guy now.
Yeah.
There's a yoga guy now. Yeah, there's a yoga guy now. I don't know. We got to make a thing about the yoga guy.
Hurry, yeah, do this thing. Yeah. So, I like that the movie was directed by a woman, first of all. That's very rare in Lifetime, although they're getting more to like more women directors. But yeah, the writer has 4 credits writing, mostly miscellaneous crew. So I would say it came down to the writing just kind of being like a sketch of a plot,
Yeah.
kind of filled in
Yeah.
with some dialogue.
Totally.
And they were just like, great, we'll just shoot it in like a couple weeks and be done with it.
Yeah. This movie was shot in a week.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
This movie was shot in a week.
And just like the characters, like not
Yeah, they're just kinda-
likable. None of them are really likable. The best friend would be likable if she had a name for the first half of the movie or the
Although
whole
from
movie.
what you're explaining, I kind of like the lesbian ranger.
The lesbian park ranger is the best part of this movie. Yeah, she's great.
She was the best part.
Good on her.
Yeah.
Okay, so that wraps up our conversation about Killer Vacation. But before we go, we have our favorite segment of this weekend every week. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, the segment where we talk about Candace's Instagram, or we watch it and we talk about it. Okay, so I have a clip today of Candace, and this is just a really dumb one. Again, Candace, you know. Candace.
Oh,
Here we go.
Candace.
Here we go.
Oh, Candace.
Candace's car chronicles. I just made the biggest mistake that all the locals know. You don't make the mistake of driving out, driving in your neighborhood on a weekend. Not if you live in a beach city, because everyone who doesn't live in a beach city comes to the beach. And then you sit in traffic forever just to go to the grocery store. I've been traveling and kind of forgot what day of the week it was. So Candace just had a lot of thoughts in her car. I'm going to go get vegetables from my garden now and get happy.
Okay.
Okay. Candace.
Yeah. So Candace got in traffic, and it wrecked her life.
It destroyed her.
Destroyed her life. She had to.
I'm trying to
run
if you
errands.
live in a.
She
It's
probably lives
so
in like
hard to live in a beach city.
the worst.
Ah,
It's summer.
because it's whatever day. I don't even know it. Wait,
There's
what day
so
did she
many
say it was?
tourists.
She didn't know.
The weekend. Didn't say.
She should
she
know.
forgot which day because she was in the
Yeah,
car
She
for so
busted, dude. She would know if it was Sunday.
You're right. Because you go to church on Sunday. Whoa.
You busted. Candace, you busted.
She didn't go to church that day.
You don't go to church. You didn't know what day it was. Satan. She's a Satanist.
Okay.
That's
and,
my
and there we
conclusion.
have it.
The conclusion.
But yeah,
The exact extreme opposite.
that is true. She would know if it was Sunday
Right?
Yeah.
because she'd go to church. But maybe she took this. Maybe church.
Maybe it was Saturday.
Church took a break. You know,
Yeah, church
like
took a day off.
Church was like, not this week, guys.
Aren't there Saturday services?
Oh,
Though?
yeah, you're
She
right,
like a
there are.
half fan only goes
Yeah.
on Sundays.
Oh, you're right.
But I mean, like, even if you were,
maybe
you're
she
sa-
goes to church every day and she thinks every day is Sunday.
that's true.
Yeah, that could
You
be.
got me.
You could have the reverse. She could
I
be
don't-
extra
Don't think
religious.
she does. I don't think she does.
Well, hey,
I think
she reads her.
actually
She
doesn't
reads her
go to church.
scripture on Instagram,
Yeah.
so that's good. She's literate, unlike me. You know,
I think you just have like a, what's that called?
dyslexia.
Yeah,
I
dyslexia.
do mix words up.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not illiterate.
right.
You know what words are.
Yeah,
I get texts from you, and I can read them and understand them.
they're only emojis,
I mean, they are. That's true.
but you know, I'm really good at emoji
It's like
texting.
fire, bicycle, door.
Right? Yeah, totally.
And I'm like, he's almost here. That's
There
what that
you go. Great. I think that wraps up this episode. Leah, do you have anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time?
No. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Leah_Coleman05.
There you go.
That's about it.
Wonderful.
Yeah, right.
Drew, how about you?
Yeah, you can follow me at Drew, but with pants on Instagram, and follow my listen to my band. It is follow on Spotify.
Sure.
It is also follow.
Yeah.
The Limbos, not with two O's, just one O, because there's another band from Spain that are the Limbos. So missed that one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you both for being here. And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies, so you don't have to. But if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.